Hello, CATtheMinion here with a quick look at my Bugia de los Muertos drawing. We go to the link tree and go to Etsy, get this down here, Etsy, and you'll see the coupon code will pop in at the top of the screen, or you can just type it in, 3*17 for 17% off your purchase of 3 or more items. And you can just scroll down, or if you want to find it a little bit faster, you can click on flat drawings and we scroll down and there it is there. And here is the drawing on Etsy. So this is for the original. There's a little crease in it. It's Sharpie and colored pencil on charcoal paper. And I've also used this. You go back to the link tree and go down to Lantern poetry book. It's on the cover, a little bit edited here, so you can get this dark poetry that I've written about a decade ago and then put into a volume. Has some little drawings in the sections, paperback or Kindle format. I've also made prints of this. So we go to my DeviantArt print shop and we scroll down till we find it. It's down here somewhere. There it is. So I click on that, and then if I want to get the prints, I'll click on the Buy From button. It'll take me to the print screen. So art prints are G-clay on paper, and they come rolled, or you can get frames. There's canvases, either rolled or gallery wrapped in a couple of different sizes, with some optional framing. Photo prints in a few different styles, sizes. Art gifts. So we have mugs in black or 2 sizes of white, and then some other gifts here. That is a quick look at my Bugia de los Muertos drawing and its variations, and your video starts now. Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is a reading for water signs, anchored to around mid-July 2022. We've had a real gnarly thunderstorm blow through, and it's not that far away yet, so you're probably going to be hearing some of it. Got these 2 palm stones here that were given to me with some stuff. They're actually drilled for beads, but they're pretty big. I like the hand holdability of them. The way that I'm doing the reading this month for the water signs is I'm breaking it up into 3 parts. So these cards are going to be for the middle part, which is going to be the present. And I'm using the tiles, which I previously, before turning on the camera, mixed up. And that's going to be the past. And then I'm going to be using my charms for the future. And it's just an idea I had to sort of showcase how you can get some divination from me, but also on a really strict budget. So if you get only charms or only tiles, it's $7. It's also $7 to add them to any existing reading. Once in a while I'll use the charms instead of cards in a reading when I'm feeling saucy. And then the middle portion is going to be made up of my Help Me, I Can't Afford a Reading, which is 6 cards for $9. So I'm going to get started. So we're looking at the past for water signs. Still a lot of energy out there. It's not that far away. If it starts circling back, I'm going to have to stop for a second. Got a lot of repeat letters here. D, and D. Let me come in a little bit more. I, J, E. Oh, I got a blank tile. A, E. Another blank tile. Wow. Both of them. And N. So I see Jane. I know there's... I don't know if it's Star Trek or if it's a different sci-fi show that had somebody called Janeway. But also any other Jane character. I also feel like this is something. Also Jade. Like, if you had a jade stone of any color. I don't think either one of these is, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what they are. So jadeite, if you use this as a T. There's something that's sort of obscured here. Or something that's sort of magic, like I can turn it into anything I want. Like either manipulation or a certain turn of phrase or the ability to manifest in difficult circumstances. And we're looking at the past here too. And it's happening twice. It's like I did the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Diner, or dinner, or Dino, Jimmy Dean, James Dean, James, or jail. I feel like these two are supposed to be together. There's a riddle. A riddle. I'm also seeing deny. Deny. Denial is a river in Egypt. Also jaded. You're so jaded, and I'm the one that jaded you. I feel like I want to put these aside and get a couple, and get two other tiles to sort of lock that in. There's one. And here's another one. So I have another I and a V. Jive with the Bee Gees. Get that jive talking. I'm also seeing. I also want to see river. I also see vag, which is, you know, depending on how frisky people are feeling, might come up. Stupid. D-E-D, dead. Oh, the Jed. Here we go. This is what I want. Makes me think of Anubis. Like an H. Like Wahini. I think W-H. I think that's a Hawaiian word. I'm not really sure what it means. Oh, we got the emergency vehicles going on about. We had a bolt crack all the way across the sky, like right outside, and then immediately after this, like ka-tunk kind of a sound, like it was hit, like another bolt hitting a roof or the ground right afterwards. And I was like, what the hell is that? There's a lot of energy here. The Jed Peller could be something that's creating electricity on its own. Also getting like vibe. Seeing disdain and vile. Also vile. Like someone's been feeding you crap. Not the artery, but the vein. You're so vain. Ooh, a Jedi. That's where that comes from. A Jedi. So vain. Or like a weather vane. Like it's changing. Like somebody's using magic or manipulation to make you the way that they want to make you. This is in the past, right? What are you, Jedi mind control, right? Manipulation. Right, when there's a person who is like, I am I, and this other person's like, I am the one, I am. And you're like, well, I'm my own person too. And they're like, no, there can be only one. It's like a standoff or a face-off. Ooh, navel. Reminds me of True Lies, where Bill Paxton is afraid that he's gonna get murdered, and he's like, I'm navel and I'm nothing. I got a little dick, it's pathetic. I have to lie to women to get laid. That's kind of in that. That's a comedy, though. That's not to be taken, like, literally. Navel of the world. Ooh, a knave. Like a jack. Like a page. Like a knight. Okay. So this is somebody in training. This. Okay, so here's the standoff. And the two individuals. So what we're looking at, usually I connect these, but I don't think it's necessary in this case. This is like someone who's holding on to some sort of wisdom. It doesn't have to be like ancient Egyptian, but it could be a past life thing. Especially if it's coming in the past. It doesn't have to be like me 10 years ago. It could be me like 40,000 years ago. So if we do that, if you think of knave as like somebody in the Middle Ages or like Alice in Wonderland kind of a thing. And the Jedi, once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away, but also Egyptian. It's like a struggle between like the old cast of priests and the new up and coming thing, where it's like, I have tenure, you're not coming in here. Like, your research is jeopardizing my thesis, so I'm gonna cut you down and mess with your head and destroy you. I just got a flash of a song that said something like Roll of Thunder, but I don't know what it is. Also, my battery's gonna die. And I'm gonna have to put the other one in. And then wait to charge them until the thunder stops. So this is, in basic terms, someone in an authoritative position intentionally messing with you as you're trying to sort of come into your own, because for reasons possibly unbeknownst to you, and maybe even to them, there isn't any real reason for a quarrel. It's just like, I'm going to make sure that you know that I'm the boss. And this person who's just there to, you know, come into their own naturally and figure out what they're doing in life and practice and learn is getting beat on. It's like, you're beneath me just because I'm already, like, at level 12 and you're level 1, so you're a piece of shit. Totally forgetting that they had to start out somewhere. So it's like, your energy, your power isn't as great as mine, and I'm gonna make sure it stays that way. So it's sort of like a beatdown. On the other hand, it's sort of like introduction to magic. So if they're manipulating things to have an outcome, you have an innate way of sensing how to create magic out of garbage. Alright, hopefully this caught me saying you have an innate way of creating magic out of garbage before it cut off. So this is what the past is doing. Alright, it can also be hitting on at least one past life memory, but there's definitely this sort of face-off energy here. Basically between black magic and white magic. And black magic is just somebody who is in service of self instead of service to alignment, which could be to self in a way that's not like, I must be the one, or it could show up as like service to others. Like service to unconsciousness versus service to consciousness. Alright, so I'm gonna get these out. I want to keep going. I did clear and shuffle these already. So this is the Aquarian Tarot. I regret chopping the border off of my deck. But, you know, once you do one of them, you gotta do the other one. So if I ruin this one and have to get another one, I'm not cutting it down. I don't like the way that it feels in my hand anymore, but I like these cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like this one. 5. Okay. And from the Work Your Light Oracle. So the tiles, $7, either singly or on top of another reading. And then the Help Me, I Can't Afford a Reading is typically past, present, and future, and then clarifiers, but oh, that one bounced right off. It doesn't have to be. It could be tell me a story, and I can rework these to mimic any other reading. So instead of like an $80 reading, it's $9, and I'll just condense it in. Instead of having like 8 cards, it'll be 1 for each of its chunks. So this is Tell Me a Story, this is clarifiers, and this is outcome information wrap up and so on. So we're looking at the present. This is the Help Me, I Can't Afford a Reading $9 thing as a part of this reading. So if you got the two $7 things and this together, it would be like $23, and you'd get this whole thing together. And I would also like shuffle and put out the cards in front of you. So we've got, for the present, for water signs, we have the Queen of Cups. Come on. The cheat sheet that I made. Queen of Cups, Gemini, and Cancer. Alright, so there's Cancerian energy. We have the Ten of Cups inverted. I should hold these up. Queen of Cups. Come on. Kind of. Queen of Cups. Ten of Cups. Inverted. Should be in Pisces. Traditionally Aries in Pisces, but I've reassigned it Pluto. Pluto is retrograde in Capricorn right now, I think. And then we have the Chariot, which is also the moon, but is inverted. The Chariot. So I was thinking Gemini energy would be Mercury energy, which I think... There's no retrograde, but Mercury just is moving. Mercury in Cancer. Oh, Mercury in Gemini at the beginning of the month, and then on the 5th in Cancer. So this is what this card is talking about. This is talking about Cancer moving into Leo on the 19th, and the Sun going from Cancer into Leo on the 22nd, right? Because a moon card inverted tells me the Sun, which is that Leo energy. 10 of Cups, Martian energy. Or Plutonic. Yeah, Pluto retrograde. Although it's trying to mimic Pisces. Wait, is that in Pisces? Yeah, it's in Pisces. But it's trying to mimic Scorpionic energy, which would be swords, like a swords card inverted, like 6 of Swords inverted gives me Scorpionic. But also, if you say 10 cups, no, go backwards, then you'll get back into 5, 6, 7 of cups, which is Scorpionic. So you have 2 of Pentacles. That's another Capricorn with retrograde energy. I think it's... Traditionally the Sun in Capricorn, but I reassigned it Neptune. So we're seeing those energies pop up again. And then the 4 of Cups, which is the moon card. The moon in Cancer. The moon... Where the hell is the moon? The moon is in Cancer on the 26th and 27th. And also was in Cancer on the 1st of July for about 40 minutes. So it's looking at the energy right before the new moon at the end of the month, which heads into Leo energy. Okay. So we're looking at the beginning of the month and the end of the month and the Pluto retrograde energy. Of course, Pluto is Scorpionic energy anyway. I'm going to flip this over and then I'm going to figure out what this message is about. Share your voice. Inverted. Okay. This is about like coming out of the cave, coming out of the darkness. Come out of the cave, persecution and expression, but it's still inverted. So that the past energy was definitely one of persecution. This is like, well, if I come out of hiding, I'm going to get the smackdown again. This is a little bit like I don't have a choice. Or I haven't been able to heal on a lower vibration. This is an apathy card, but upright, inverted, it's I'm accepting what the universe is giving me. I feel like I want to switch these so they're facing each other. This is depression, typically. But I also feel like it's like what you thought was going to make you happy isn't what it's isn't. You thought this was going to make you happy, but it's not. And here the universe is offering a solution. But this is coming in with retrograde energy. It's like dredging the bottom of the ocean. Basically for a sunken ship of treasure that's going to be yours. Like hidden treasure. Which would also be kind of like coming out of a cave. I have the pyramids again after I said the Jed. There's like a little dust bunny that keeps blowing back and forth across here that's bothering me. This is emotional balance in a creative flow, intuitive flow. So what's going on in the present? It's saying when it's happening. It's hitting on a bunch of like toggle switches in a pinball game. These could be like pinball game things. It's like hitting a bunch of little toggles to send the energy like careening back and forth through the month. And the reason that stuff's coming up in the past is because it's relevant to what's going on in the present. So there can be like 100,000 different past energies for this life or any other ones. But it's relevant. That's coming up for clearing during this pinball game. I've got to hit the Jed pillar 42 times in order to beat this level. And start breaking down this barrier. Like, I broke down a barrier wall to the magic, which is that transformative energy. Queen is a 13. That can be a death or a rebirth cycle. So here I see this rebirth. It's like I don't have a choice to walk away from some psycho who's trying to dick me around. And I accept that the universe is going to give me another option. But it's like I have to be open to receive that. I have to hold out my cup without yanking it back in again. This Chariot card makes me feel like it's happening in slow motion. Like the wheels don't quite want to turn. Like one of them's got mud in it. But it's carrying sun energy. It's actually an illumination of the darkness, so there's a release there. Some of this, the Piscean energy is like depths, but the Scorpionic energy is like digging even further than the main part of the ocean. It's the underground, like stuff that's been hidden underground, repressed, really secreted away, even more than moon energy, because moon represents fears and secrets too, but it does it in a way that's reflective. It's like I'm not hiding it 300 feet underground, I'm hiding it behind a wall of mirrors, and there's a difference there. This is more like being open to receive and trying to put some trust in the universe that you're sort of, your intuition is correct and that the light is going to start coming in to what you've been dealing with. This 10 of Cups isn't depression for now. It's I'm pulling away from things that aren't serving me, and it's coming in a place where you'd normally expect to see an 8 of Cups, but it's holding a higher energy. It's like I'm done with the sour, I'm done with drinking the poison, I'm not going back to that lesson anymore. So that's what's going on in the present. I keep hearing sour grapes, too. The manipulator is just a bunch of sour grapes. Alright, so I made the charms going, and we're going to look at the future energy we've got going here. I was just shaking these off camera to mix them up a little bit more. And the hamburger fell out the side, so let me just grab in here and get a couple. I don't want like a million friggin' charms again. I'm not looking at this right now. Let me see what we've got here. Wow, it is way more than I thought I was getting. Okay. Duck, hamburger, Capricorn inverted. Could be Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. Cassowary. That's like 5 of Wands because it was, but it's inverted. Flashlight. Cart and horse. That's a version of the Chariot. Inverted. I have this Charity, which is like 6 of Pentacles inverted. Nautilus. Cup, like Ace of Cups. Money inverted. Halo inverted. I got the rainbow and the piano. 6 of Cups. What is the 6 of Cups? Oh, that's the past life stuff. Okay. Nautilus had been around for a long time. The Cart and the Horse is like an old-timey version of the Chariot. The first one I drew was a UFO. So we're still in this sort of past energy. Right. In the past, I was subject to other people's authority and had stuff taken away from me. Cephalopod is head foot, right? Because the head is right near where the limbs are, but it also makes me think like head ass. But we also have this geometry. So I see the duck and I see the rainbow and the flashlight and the goblet, and it makes me think of water plus light equals rainbow. And usually a rainbow is like a completion phase. I feel like it's on the 10 of Cups. There's more of a spectrum going on. Scorpionic energy. What is this? 5. Jupiter and Leo traditionally. Although I reassigned it Neptune energy. Neptune retrograde in Pisces. This is about reducing conflict. And oh, I see the money with the halo. It's like someone taking stuff from you while pretending they were like the head cheese of everything, but they're really just, you know, instead of groveling at your feet for everything, they just kind of knocked you on the head and took it. I'm not sure what's going on over here because I have a grand piano and a hamburger. Unless it's supposed to be like a royale and a piano, like it's big. I just heard like I want to put the McCart before the McHorse. What is this doing? Just turn these around so I can frickin' see them. Crown activation, illumination of this is like Ace of Wands. But it's like I've got fire and water coming together. There's a temperance kind of a thing going on here. A resonance. Oh, we got the emergency trucks working on the power lines out front. Birds of a feather flock together. This is... I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute because I'm having a hard time thinking about what this means, and I need to be in my thoughts before I tell the people, and I don't think it's good TV for me to just be sitting here not doing anything. Alright. I actually had to stop for quite a few hours because the workers with the trucks were outside with the power lines and everything. Okay, so I've taken a look at these, and I've noticed that going back to the past part of the reading, I see the duck with the crest on its head as being a novice, and it's also lighter. And then I see the cassowary as darker. Now, ducks can be pretty nasty, too, but they're not typically, where the cassowary is a little bit crankier. It's like a goose with knives attached to it. Like a goose with laser beams attached to its frickin' head. And this to me would represent that sort of older mage energy. So I see this as, and they're birds, but the cassowary is flightless. It's earthbound. There's limits in the material world to what it can do with its powers. The duck, also supposed to be more of an air animal, tends to be more water. So there's more ability to flow for the water elemental. I had something else for this, but I think I talked about that already. I see the nautilus as something that existed both prehistorically and also today. It's sort of, it kind of goes with the Ace of Cups here, because there's a resonant quality. There's like my intuition, my emotional content has been constant over long periods of time. When I have the illumination to know myself, and that's where this rainbow comes in, right? It's like the full spectrum of myself includes this stable emotive core. It's like each of the tentacles is parsing a different piece of the puzzle. So each one is a different color, and I'm able to pick up and sort of match myself to the universe in that way. This over here is like I'm being, like in this past situation, I've been tricked into dragging a heavy load by having like a carrot dangled in front of me, here represented by the cheeseburger. Okay, so apparently it's a cheeseburger. Cheeseburger, 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 2 Coke, Pepsi. And this over here is more representative to me of a scam. Like I've been scammed. Like I went into a situation with someone who I thought had some authority over me, and whether I listened to my intuition or not, allowed them to dangle a prize in front of me of, if you just do this, you'll get something. But ultimately, you know, you never wanted a grand piano. Like, maybe you don't have musical skills. Maybe you're good at basket weaving or knitting or something. Like, why would you need a piano, especially a big honking one? But it's like, if you just spend the energy or the money or the time dragging this weight for me because I want you to, I'll give you something. But the reward is actually a lot smaller than what you've been carrying around. And this future premise is sort of putting everything in its little category, and what's left is the self. So it's being able to pull the parts out of the tangle that was the present and saying, okay, this is more clearly what's been going on, and now if I just focus on what I want, this is what I get. I am stepping forward from a place of consciousness and not chasing after some treat that somebody else gave me, some promise that someone else gave me. All right, so that's what's going on for water. Let me just move this over real quick. So all my points of contact are through my link tree. That's linktr.ee/CATtheMinion. List of tarot readings I offer is down below, and if you stay tuned for a minute, you'll see a little bit more about that. If you found this helpful or useful or interesting in some way, oops, sorry, I just knocked on the table. Donation, energy exchange, tip jar, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. Merch, prints, actual art items, coloring books, dark poetry, card of the day on social media, email here, everything through the link tree. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, check out my playlists tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye. Thanks for watching this video. This is just a real quick guide if you're looking for some tarot. First, we're just going to have a real quick view of my link tree so you know what to expect when you get there. There's a donation bar that will come up. You can click it down and that will help you see the rest of the list. We're just going to go to my WordPress website. And if you click the quick link to tarot readings page, this will take you to the tarot readings for sale page. This is a more visual depiction of the list of readings that you'll see in the description box underneath my YouTube videos. I'm just going to scroll down this real quick and you'll see the readings that are available and their current prices. You can see the same list in a PDF format. If you're on the front page here again, click Tarot Readings for Sale PDF or this download button right here, and this will take you to the PDF. You can see we have 4 pages here. It's the same list, same information, just in a downloadable format, so you can take it with you and read it later and think about it at lunch. And we'll just get back to the link tree here. Thanks a lot. Stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.